My name's Piers, I'm from the northwest of England, and I was here on a journey of self-discovery and healing. So I was trying to solve a long-standing health issue that I've been dealing with that I haven't been able to figure out for quite a long time, that has also been difficult to figure out for many people, both within the medical community and globally. So that was my intention, was to get some understanding around and see if there was some underlying issues or underlying thought patterns or anything that might be contributing to it. Yeah, the preparation was just great to kind of sit and think and prepare, kind of structure my thoughts around what I was heading into, what I was doing, what I needed out of it. That was a great way to build up and prepare. And then the preparation at the retreat was just incredible, really well organized, really well structured. A lot of kind of the stuff that I'm really into in terms of getting the body and your mental state primed from the saunas and the ice baths to the stretching, the journaling. It was all really well constructed, leading up to something that I think I, as well as everyone else, was pretty anxious about, pretty nervous about how it was going to go. And it just couldn't have been a better build-up to get there, to be in the right state to then dive into the dragon's lair, as it can be called. The organisation, like I said, and the structure was above and beyond. Like, it was really good. I've been looking into a number of retreats all over the place. This really just ticked all the boxes of what I was looking for, and just kind of went above and beyond in terms of the structure and the organisation around preparation and getting people and the body into the perfect state, the most optimal state, and feeling good. Like, you've got to feel good going into something like this. It's important. Getting the system lit up, going down on a deep journey is super cool and very important. And then in terms of the actual team, like, just the support was obviously great, but that was expected. But I think what was above and beyond was intuition, interact with people. On the day of the journey itself, intuition. It's not only experience, it's just intuition. You can't really train that kind of stuff. You can to a certain extent, but a lot of it is kind of from the heart and just kind of emotional intelligence. That was really impressive to see. I would say those two aspects what really made it. I would recommend it to pretty much everybody. Psychedelics are very powerful tools. They can be used for healing, they can be used for answering deep questions, but they can also be used, for the betterment of healthy people. I think that's a very obvious thing once you've gone through something like this. You can reconnect to so much, you can find so much happiness in the experience itself. You can go deep and you can find, deep questions and deep things that you weren't even sure were there, parts of you that are a shadow of yourself. A lot of this is metaphor, but it's because it's hard to kind of explain how it is for each person. Everybody who seems to go through this journey, when it's properly prepared and organized and they're in the right set and setting, seems to come out of it for the better in most cases, or at least in all cases that I'm aware of. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. If people feel stuck, whether it's with health issues, anxiety, depression, anything that's chronic that they haven't been able to figure out, it can be very useful, I think. If it's just feeling stuck in life, feeling stuck in how your relationships are with your past, your family, I think it can be a very powerful thing. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. I would say that, being on the fence is a sensible position to be in. We're all on the fence until we're not. So if I was trying to persuade someone to move, to get off the fence, the anxiety is good. It's just educate yourself and speak to people that have gone through it until you have the confidence that it's the right thing and the right time. And it's pretty easy to get there now. There's plenty of resources, plenty of books, plenty of information. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. It's only coming back now to popular culture. There's tons of science around it, the movement's growing, and a lot of very intelligent, smart people delving into it once again. And the reason that's the case is because it's so useful and so powerful as both a medicine and as an experience for people to go through. So I'd just say, reach out to people that have done it, read some of the great books that have been written recently, go on the podcasts that have been done on it, and educate yourself until you're feeling confident enough to take the first step. And the first step can be anything. It can be a microdose, it can be holotropic breath work, something that's not so intense, and then you can move to doing something that's a little more intense. And I think I'd finish up by saying I went as intense as I think is possible to go, and I was absolutely fine. And it's like, fear is always there for things that are unknown. And a great quote that I kind of was going by this whole time is that greatness lies on the other side of fear. And I think I'd remind people of that. Like, you've got to push through sometimes to find out what you're capable of, and that can be a very empowering thing.